Dean, you catch Claire as she falls and carry her, leading the party to the Critchlow farmhouse. The house is not quite in the same direction as the incoming unknowns, so you try to give them a wide berth, but will definitely pass by them. Doctor, you quickly and quietly follow suit, giving him a hand to carry Claire, and start off in the direction that Dean points, hiding between the trees but keeping far enough away to avoid any hidden ensnarers. Only, things and people are heavier in this body, so you just take her legs like you're pretending to help, but really aren't making much difference. Saffron, you take a moment to observe which direction they depart in, then hurry to reset the ensnarer that caught Claire. With a 14 to disguise it, you dart off to catch up with Dean and the Doctor when you perceive the unknowns are nearly upon you, near enough to distinguish them and their conversation from the surrounding ambience. You notice there are 3 different kinds of locomotion from them. One is usual, careful walking, another, a steady, almost stiff marching, and the third, a rustling that would be close to slithering, except if Dean said they were humanoid, it'd be the wrong size for a snake or lizard. Which leaves the sound of dragging. Then come the whispers. First, a woman's. Are you sure it went this way? Then a man's. Yeah, I'm sure. And it was a bear? Duh. Well, if you're sure, let's go. Everyone continues quiet movement for a few moments when suddenly, Dean, you loudly and unpleasantly learn how photothermic vision and carrying someone in front of you can be a hindrance in combination, as your foot treads on a twig that easily breaks, revealing your location. Not keen to linger, you follow the Doctor's lead, who is helping carry the same body and somehow far enough away to determine the difference between an 11 and a 15 on coordination plus subterfuge. You spring lightly away from where you last stood. Saffron, you notice the footfalls stop. The rustling, however, continues even as they resume discussion. Shh! What was that? This time the man speaks first. I don't know, but it wasn't us. More rustling, until you hear a and a harsh, quiet! Stop struggling! I think it came from over there. Then let's head towards it. No. Launch something at it first. See if there's a response. Ah, of course. Dean, you and the Doctor hear none of this, but an unknown substance makes contact with your lower calf, or rather, a few small things. You feel no pain nor adverse effects, but don't like the idea of anything hitting you. Might warrant an investigation later. Anything? Nothing. Keep going. They take a few more steps. Then chaos. Ah! Get it off me! I don't know how! Come on, Lila! Think of something! I can't! Rob, get him out of there! Negative. Our assignment was only to the well-being of you and the subjects. The man Shaw is not included. What? Don't leave me here. I have an idea. Wait. That? You've done this before, right? No, but it should work. Are you kidding me? Let me concentrate. And sit quiet. Well, look at that. It worked. And you keeping them alive would come in handy. And I think we can fetch a few talents for his CLE. I think you're right. Well done. Imagine what we could get for one EOC. Good grief, I never. But first, those missing subjects. Only the female's sobs follow you into the night. At the Critchlow house, the place is cozy and most certainly like a home. Clean but not too tidy, Gary Critchlow's snoring can be heard from the next room as Mrs. Critchlow greets your party with mixed expressions.
Dino boy, I'm glad to meet her, but would have liked it more if she was conscious. What on Retteray's happened for a first date? Or have you got your eyes on one of the others? You've become quite a player overnight, eh?
She starts to clear a space on the sofa.
Put her down here, lad, or would you like her in your room?
Doctor, Saffron. She turns to receive you and introduces herself.
Now I know Dean here, but we haven't met. Leilani Critchlow. Yourselves? Would you like some tea? I'll just pop the kettle on. Peppermint, chamomile, or rooibos? All caffeine free.
With the promise of tea, Claire begins to stir. What would you like to do?